Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. I am very grateful for all of you. I'm just going to say it straight up. I don't care if I'm pandering at all. Nan, Katie, Sammy, Brane, Diane, I love you all so much. This is my favorite night of the week because I get to see you guys.
Love you too, man.
I try to make
Love
you
you
laugh.
too, Eric.
And it brings me great joy for something so dumb. And and to quote Ron V, you know, a lot of you don't know how much effort it takes to make such a mediocre show.
Well, or Eric, as I say, you guys are mediocre, so the audience can feel that like your level of humor is attainable if we wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So
that's the renown we are looking for, Brane.
Keeping it mediocre.
Keeping it
So
mediocre.
in the words of my favorite rapper, Sean Price, thank you. You're far too kind. I worked so hard to be this stupid. Yes, I did.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, thank you for tuning into that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am joined by my beautiful co-host from left coast, Brain Damage.
Woohoo! I just let Michael in.
Hey.
What fucking timing this guy got?
And dialing in from South Canada, especially quiet Michael.
Hi, everybody. I'm here.
Yeah, you are.
Start the fucking show, Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither. It's the time of the week we like to call Facebook with the Blind. Follow the algorithm.
Yeah, you mess up the celebration part, but that's all right. I still love you. Okay. All right, now.
You know what? Just tell me you love me. I don't need the fucking backhanded compliment first or whatever.
Look, man, I don't know if I can do it that way.
I'm Midwestern. That's not how it goes.
It's like honest.
It's like, you know, when we're hugging and I'm slapping you, like, we're hugging, but I'm slapping you.
That's what my dad does. That's what my dad does because he's like, it's like you're my son, but it's not. Don't worry, it's not intimate at all. It's not even an expression of love, really. This hurts us both on the inside, so it's going to hurt us both on the outside. That's the rule.
Yep, it's fascinating. As we head into this holiday season, I must tell you that I have thought once again about the time I was telling you I had to go down and see my family. And you were like, you know, in the middle of you telling me that story, Eric, I remembered, oh yeah, some people don't hate their families.
Because I remember as soon as you said it, I was like, oh, bud. And then I was like, oh, wait, this isn't like okay.
It's funny.
This isn't a trauma thing for him. Got it.
Yeah, here's how you said it. She's like, while you were telling the story, I was thinking, we can get you out of this, bud. We can fix it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can definitely get you out of this. You don't have to do this. You're like, no, it's my family. I'm like, I know. Don't worry. Tell them you shit yourself in the car or something. Like, tell them all you had was bread and you still threw up. If you throw up bread, people believe you're sick. I learned that in the Army.
Nice.
The Army doc would be like, what's wrong? I'd be like, I threw up. He'd be like, what did you eat? And if you say soup, you're fucked. But if you just say all I had was a piece of bread, they're like, all right, you get the day off. Something's the matter.
Facebook for the Blind, your source for news you can use, and a patented, trademark, copyrighted segment of every single show that we do before we do funny memes. You know what I'm talking about. You know it. You love it. I'm talking about...
What is he talking about?
the depressing news.
Oh, shit. We're number one in depressing news.
It's been a weird week. I mean, it's always a weird week. One of the strangest things, we've been following this story of Bolsonaro, Brazil's Bolsonaro, proving that once again, sometimes presidents do go to jail. And yeah, he got busted, like apparently trying to cut his ankle monitor off because he's under house arrest. And apparently, according to Trump, he had a phone call with him the night before the, I don't know, attempted jailbreak. I'm not sure. He says, I spoke last night to the gentleman you just referred to, and we're going to be meeting, I believe, in the very near future. Which is interesting because he's going to prison. But Tangerine Toddler apparently thought maybe he was not going to go to prison and he was going to come visit him. And some people are saying he was looking for, a place he could go and not be extradited. And it was like, there you go. Maybe. Fun stuff. Everybody is talking about all kinds of fun things. Chicago Sun-Times here on the cover has tears for teens and calls for a curfew. All kinds of craziness up in Chicago. And as a father of a youngster in Chicago, I have to say it's kind of concerning. Anyway, but ICE is still making a nuisance of themselves. But in good news, I don't know if you've been paying attention to this, but Trump Media and Technology Group, known better by its stock symbol DJT, has cratered and lost $5,000 in I'm using this term loosely, worth. And I had a ton of fun, and I posted about it. And then friend of the show, Mark Anthony, corrected me and said I was showing clickbait because the red went all the way down to the bottom. So then he made me post a different freaking graph. And I can't believe that I succumbed to that. So then I posted his stupid graph where it doesn't go all the way down to zero, but it still lost $5 billion in a year. And I said, he should really go commiserate with his Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, because he also lost $5 billion on Wall Street, which was like, the worst trading history in the history of Wall Street. So great guy to put in charge of, the stocks and the Treasury. Also, then, because I felt the need to show exactly how bad it was, this green and red candlestick is losing $5 billion in 1 year. And this blue line is the S&P 500, which is like, pretty much the index fund, sort of the barometer of the stock market in the world. So blue line go up and DJT line fall down, go boom. Basically, that's your business portion of Facebook for the blind. A lot of problems, of course, people talking about economic issues and tariffs and things like that, but really everybody's just talking about the Epstein files. Both the houses of Congress signed it, put forth the legislation. DJT signed it, and it's supposed to be coming out within 30 days, which is he's got until December 19th. That's going to be forever known as Files Day, when a horrific Pandora's box of crap that I don't want to know about is going to be unleashed on the world. And I thought
It's going to be like Y2K all over again.
We're just going to get black pages and nothing's really going to happen.
Totally.
Where were you when nothing happened?
Yeah, totally black pages.
Hey, in the meantime, I started to look up who were those 2 Republicans and 1 Democrat that didn't vote to release the files. Why don't we know their names? Because I know Clay Higgins, because he voted for David Duke for governor of Louisiana when he was a grand wizard in the KKK. So, Clay, how you're in Congress at all, I don't know, but you apparently love to stand out. But I didn't actually get to look up the other 2 Republicans and Democrat that didn't vote. Hey, big scoop here. Olivia Beavers reports that Speaker of the House Mike Johnson recently cautioned the White House that most House Republicans don't have an appetite for extending enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies. See, apparently the president was like, oh, crap, people are going to freak out when all their insurance, doubles and triples, and they're wiped out, in December and January. We can't have that. Maybe we should extend the subsidies. And Johnson's like, I don't know if we really have the taste for that in the GOP, because that seems like caring for people, and that's not really our
How are the poor people going to die, though?
Yeah.
That's like our problem with it.
Yeah. They're like, and will it be fast enough? And how messy will it be? Exactly. Definitely. I don't know if you guys saw recently, but they did find, we've always joked about that the rich want to hunt the poor, for sport. They actually found some freaking Italian oligarchs who were flown into Serbia and Croatia in the Bosnian Herzegovinian Balkans War back in the day, and let them shoot people. And I was like, so I want you to remember, every time you hear a story about a rich person, you're like, oh, I hate them so much and I feel kind of bad. Oh no, you probably don't hate them anywhere near bad enough. Rich people are not like us. They are hell-spawned demons.
Here's the thing. No matter how much working class people hate billionaires, they will never hate them as much as billionaires hate working class people.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it. But to the most dangerous game, I wish they fucking would. I wish they fucking would with me. I mean it. They'd make a fucking movie about it.
Well,
Yeah,
I
they
think-
did. It was called Surviving the Game with Ice-T. That
Hell
was
yeah,
never
I
a
watched
joke,
that
Eric.
movie. That shit was bad as hell.
So I'm thinking too, man, if we ever bust more rich people doing that, and I feel like we will, I don't know, I believe in it.
Yeah.
I think definitely Turnabout. That is exactly what we need. We need to do Running Man on that shit. Drop you in the middle of the country. Yeah, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Meanwhile, here's something absolutely insane. Doge reportedly doesn't exist anymore. Just doesn't exist. They just flipped a switch and it doesn't exist. It was going to save like trillions of dollars and we were all going to get $5,000 checks. And whoa, lo and behold, turns out, no, it just cost us a ton of money. Now it's gone. It is an all-time historical grift. So now the
Boy, I wonder if that somehow benefited the billionaires.
well, actually, Elon, you see, went in and gutted all of the agencies that regulate Elon.
Saw that, yeah.
And he was like, you know what? I bet you could collect a lot less taxes if we just like fired a bunch of people at the IRS. So, he drew a marker through it. And I mean, not like, we've all had bad managers who've drawn a line through a spreadsheet. Come on. It's true. Don't tell me it ain't. And that is pretty much, yeah, all the stuff that was worthy of talking about. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene's going to retire just after her stock and benefits and all her forever stuff. Did you know you only have to do 5 years in the Congress and you just retire with full benefits? 5 years. And what do they work? Like 3 months? 3 months out of the year?
That's got to stop.
These guys, absolute insanity. Always like to end with a nice, adorable animal story. So right here on our home state, wanted to let you see this post from the Chicago Park District out there at Montrose Pier on Lake Michigan. Please give a hoot. A pair of snow owls have settled in Chicago shoreline near the Montrose Pier. I'd like to offer them a great winter stay and welcome. We need your help. Stay the fuck away. These birds traveled all the way from the Arctic and they don't need your shit. Please stay 300 feet away from the snowy owls. And I mean, a lot of people are shocked that Chicago's, PR would come out and say that. But that's how Chicagoans talk.
Yeah.
That has been your heartwarming animal story. Closing out Facebook for the Blind for November 25th, 2025. Handed it over for a round one to my good friend Quiet. I guess, I don't know, what are you going to go for? Like a medium, like a median, a mode, an average size?
You wish, Eric. Here comes my big, long, round one. Kicking off this one with pink collar. I can't read it. Pink collar something.
Pink collar
Doesn't matter.
punk.
Punk.
Pink collar punk.
Pink collar punk.
And there's a picture of my favorite scene from My Girl
Yep.
when she's like, he can't see without his glasses or whatever. And it's an open casket with Macaulay Culkin. And which, just as an aside, you don't see a lot of open caskets anymore these days.
Nah.
Anyway, Pink Collar Punk says, "You can't hurt me. I watched Thomas J get stung by bees while he went looking for Veda's mood ring."
Yeah.
You know what? Let me just text TD real quick. He's not on the show. I'm just gonna sorry for our listeners, just pulling up my text here. I'm gonna text TD and I'm just gonna say he can't see without his glasses.
It's funny too, man. I always hear it to the Ozzy Osbourne, man. Black Sabbath, man. He
can't see without his glasses.
Here's the thing, guys. He can't see even with his glasses.
True. It's true. Now you can't see nothing.
It's a good point.
Whip, friend of the show, Whip at Whip AF
Hey, Whip.
says, "I'm underneath my car with Timu jack stands, Lord. Whenever you're ready."
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I can't imagine that kind of courage.
No. Dude,
So-
you're hurting me.
Firefox official says, "Do not sleep during the day. You'll be like, what the hell later." then, then they replied to themselves, "Oh man, I say that, but then I lay down all cozy." And then much later, you just see them say, "What the hell?"
What the hell? What the helly?
Amy Gadale, doesn't matter, says, "Wait, I have something to give you." And then in brackets, you see the heebie-jeebies has been added to your inventory. That's so silly. I don't know why I grabbed that one. Baby Ghoul at Silky Bean says, "Everyone should be nice to me for one very big reason. One, please."
Perfect.
September 22nd at Hodges Boy 15 says, if I pay $40 for a haunted house, I better die. Girl, I'm not reading this. At Kiznikins says, "Seeing a grown man stumble when the train moves is disgusting. How will you provide for anyone?" It is humiliating when you're standing on the train and it moves and you stumble a little bit. Oh my God. It is so emasculating. For our listeners, that's emasculating. Jorts, friend of the show, Jorts,
Hey, George.
says, "If I had an evangelical homie, I'd be doing this all the time." And we see a text conversation. The first person says, "I'm ready to accept Jesus into my heart." The other person says, "Really?" The first person says, "Nah, just messing." The second person says, "Stop doing this." I got a couple more here for round one. Gus, friend of the show, Gus says, "So apparently it's still a felony, even if you're the birthday boy." Which, that's weird.
I like that.
And finally, friend of the show, Chase at _Chase ____ says, "D was probably like, LMAO, okay, when they named the alphabet the ABCs."
Oh.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
He was left out, Eric. He was left out, so he was just like, damn. You know what I mean? That's all I have for round one. Kicking it over to Brain Damage.
All right. Feeling pretty D'd up here.
Teed up and D'd up. Look at you.
We're gonna start out with oh fuck, something's in my way. Sportskeeda Wrestling has a picture of last night's Monday Night Raw where Brock Lesnar did some kind of weird fall and upside down backflip type of thing. I seen a video where it said John Cena comes out and German suplexes Brock Lesnar. You just couldn't see it.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
but it was just a video of him falling, and I couldn't screen grab that. So this one has Sub-Zero doing his freeze on the floor on the ramp, and Brock Lesnar just falling. And yeah, so shouts out to Mortal Kombat and Sportskeeda Wrestling for remembering Mortal Kombat. That had me stoked. But that was funny when he fell. Anyways, this one's photo edits by Sean, and it's called Finding Debo, and it is Finding Nemo with Debo's face on there. That is Tiny Lister, I think was his name.
Nice.
R.I.P. to him. Laughter is the best medicine has a picture of Mary Poppins and the two kids in Mary Poppins, and it says the plot to Mary Poppins is weird. Imagine being 8 years old and your absent father hires a woman off the street to sing to you about how fun it is to drink cough syrup. A spoonful of sugar helps them.
Yep.
All right. White Stephen A. Smith posts Monday Night Football Brawl. 49ers wide receiver Jawan Jennings threw a nasty sucker punch at Panthers Trayvon Morig, or however the fuck you say his last name, and all hell broke loose during the post-game handshakes. This is how the mainstream media does you. Because Mr. Trayvon Morig, punched Jawan Jennings in the fucking nuts. Okay?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And Jawan Jennings pushed him back, but is labeled a sucker puncher. Fucking jerks. Fuck you, white Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, it's always the return fire that they try to. Yeah. So again, those hunting parties were never a joke. Anyways, the boys compound V posting.
Oh.
And it says we're even now, and it says when mom's been prepping for Thanksgiving for 2 days and she asked you to contribute. And here we have Homelander with his arms out wide. He has 2 bags of ice in the right hand and a bag of red Solo cups in his left hand. Yeah. Hey, ice is expensive these days. Fuck. I wish I would have never said that. We're just going to move along. Laughter is the best medicine. Has a picture of a turkey, AI turkey, and that turkey is looking very pissed off. And he says, that can't be right. And he's looking at his phone, and it says, Thursday's temp, 350 degrees. All day. This one was from the Real Frisco page, and it says, my daughter told me that she wants a coat from Balenciaga for Christmas. I don't know why she spelled Burlington like that.
Oh.
I wanted TD to be here for this one too, but we got Nintendo Do Wonder, and it has a picture of the old school NES controller, the one with just 2 buttons, just a B button and the A button, the select and start, and the control buttons up, down, left, right, and it says, kids today will never know what up, down, left, right, BA, select, start means. And that is the Konami code, aka what most people know as the Contra code, 30 lives. How the fuck were you supposed to beat Contra without that fucking 30 lives? There's no such thing. Anyways, Gen X only post, and it is a picture of what looks like a roadway. In the back, there's a big mountain with like a tunnel going through it. And there's a giant rock kind of on the side of the freeway, and kind of blocking the path a little bit. And it says, based on my Saturday morning cartoon education, there is either a coyote under that boulder or the paint on that tunnel is still wet. And yeah, then later in life you find out that coyotes actually run faster than roadrunners, and it's like, fuck you.
My mind is blown.
Yeah. On this day 16 years ago, it was November 22nd, 2009, and my dumbass wrote, Bay Area sports fan, your team sucks. But hey, Andre Ward of Oakland, California won the WBA middleweight championship last night, so keep your head up. Sincerely yours, Brane. Shouts out to Andre Ward, the son of God. And yeah, our teams still fucking suck, okay? The Niners might be 8-4, but they suck. And then this was a shout out to 15 years ago, and my sister from another Mr. Claudia Rodriguez had asked me, how's your eye, bro? And I will, yeah, she said, I'm talking about the doctor, that I got a call in the morning, blah, 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 blah. I basically said, my eye is, just tell him to take the shit out of my head already. I'm so sick of it. I can see fine with one eye. At that time, I still had full vision in my right eye. Way to fucking manifest blindness, Brane, you dumb fucking idiot. Oh, man. I just had a brick wall right now. All right, we're going to go to Brainy Facts. It says, I asked my German friend if he knew the square root of 81. He said no. He said no. That is because the square root of 81 is 9. All right. We've got the meme elite, and it is a picture of Roman Reigns looking very sad with his fingers to his lips, and it says, when the waitress who said they'll be right back with your sauce is walking around the restaurant living her best life. And so triggering this one was, because I needs me sauce. I'm a very saucy person. I posted this one a long time ago, and it has a picture of the Jurassic Park T-Rex just roaring. And it says, Mom getting ready for Thanksgiving. And the next post is the toy Jurassic T-Rex, which is probably actually a brontosaurus, but he's got those little ass arms from, I think, Toy Story.
Toy Story.
And it says, Mom, when people arrive for dinner. It's just like ready to give you a hug.
Hey.
Yeah. Laughter's the best medicine again. Says, I went to McDonald's and slammed the $20 on the counter and said, surprise me! Because I never get what I asked for anyways.
I believe their kids call that raw dog in McDonald's.
I don't think that means what you think it means, Eric. We got Ninja Turtles join. I didn't. It says, I still regret not buying this. And it is a picture of a Ninja Turtle style t-shirt that says, thank you for being a friend. The thank you for being is in the top banner, and the friend is in the turtle print. And it is the Golden Girls dressed up as the Ninja Turtles. And we have Dorothy as Leonardo. She's the leader. Of course, Blanche is Raphael. She's the rascal. The dumbass one, Michelangelo, is what's Betty White's name again? Rose, right? And Sophia is Donatello, the smart one. So Sophia for the win. I'm always team Sophia.
Bro, Brane for the win. I could not have named any of those characters.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep. Shouts out to my mom and my wife. They brought me up on the Golden Girls and kept me well educated to this day. Nice. But laughter is the best medicine. I should have counted how many times this motherfucker came up, and probably maybe I should have mentioned the different names. But fuck them. We're just gonna move on.
Sure.
It says the wife said, "Here's $20 to get the dog a jacket. If there's any money left over, get yourself a beer." And then we zoom in, and the dog is wearing a Heineken case box as a jacket, looking like, what the fuck is this shit? And I think this was the last one for me for round one. And it is, what does it say? Books and magazines. And it is a picture of whoever the fuck sings the
Billy
Nice
Idol.
Day for a White, Billy Idol, okay? And he's wearing a nice sweater, and he's got a cup of coffee in his hand, and it's fall in the background, lots of orange trees everywhere, and it says, it's a nice day for a light sweater. Nice day for a cardigan.
That's a great meme. But also, I just need to say, every time Billy Idol comes up, I need to say this. I think that guy is so fucking underrated.
Yeah.
I love Billy Idol.
We played an unreleased cut that an unreleased cut from the 80s that they remastered and came out with just like in the last couple of years, and I played it on the musical segment of the show, and it was
I know. I was there. I'm
sounded
sure.
great.
Nice.
Sounded
I'll just tell you this. I wasn't a big Billy Idol fan, but I wasn't a big fan of anything that was on the radio. It took me a few years to realize that was Kiefer Sutherland in Lost Boys and not him. So,
Oh, really? That's funny.
yeah.
Well, those spiky-haired blonde guys all look alike. I mean, I feel
Yeah, and I wouldn't watch that movie because my niece would just fucking watch it and then rewind the fucking tape and watch it and rewind the fucking tape. And there's so many old school classic movies that I just hate on because of her doing that.
Nah, dude, I got to the point with my brother watching Star Wars, I knew every line. I just started doing every line along with the movie because we'd seen it that many times.
When you say doing every line, Eric, that just I got to question that one.
I'm worried because you work with children. Are they when they're reciting lines? Is that okay?
No, you're not allowed to make them write lines anymore. You're not allowed to do that.
Not even allowed to do cocaine in school anymore? What are you guys talking about?
You know, all I know is this: the American education system sucks.
Yeah.
Need a better education system. All right, doing the ostensibly wholesome round one.
That is very true. Very,
Guys,
very true.
Kicking it off with, this is one of my favorites. A friend of the show, Michael Matthews, posted this, and it just says, say something nice about a mutual friend of ours in the comments. Not about me, about someone we both know. I stole this from friends, and I love its energy. And I stole this from Matthews, and look, my friends were like, you know, Tavia never fails to crack me up. She's funnier, feistier, and more brilliant, and is an amazing writer. My friend Rebecca says, John Peake is the cheesiest guy because he's a cheesemonger, which is really funny to me. Anyway, it was just, guys, this was as wholesome as it gets on my Facebook page. And a lot of shares and a lot of comments and a lot of my friends all being all lovey-dovey. And we opened with giving thanks, so I like it. Friend of the show and founding Zaddy, George Hussein
No, we don't say that.
has posted this in sort of the Stranger Things font, and it looks like a movie title card, and it says Quentin Tinen and Tarantined by Written Directino.
Fuck, I hate this.
Dyslexics out there in the audience know what I'm talking about.
Quintinin and Tarantined by Written Directino. Fuck, I can't.
Quentinen and Tarantined by Written Directino.
No, written. Directino. It's got to be written. There's no N except at the end.
Zaddy.
No.
Jesus.
Gay people don't even say that anymore. They stopped saying that like 3 years ago.
Dude, all of my commentary is on fleek, and you know it.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Next up, new friend of the show, feral neurodivergent raging memes. And if you're not following feral neurodivergent raging memes, you are missing out. Has this post by King of the Ferals, I haven't checked his bloodline, with a picture of Skeletor sticking his hand into a hole in the ground. And it is captioned, check the comments. Oh, I should do that in Skeletor's voice. Check the comments. And in the comments, we just see the King of Ferals, and it's Skeletor flicking us off. Yeah, you shake your head, but that's funny.
Fuck you too, Skeletor.
Platypus Dysfunctionalis says, Dear original poster, I hope this comment finds you before I do, you little shit. Oh my God. That's bringing us about halfway through my wholesome round. Guys, this one blew my mind. Bird Ghost posts this, is reposting an image from J.D. Laclede, and we were on the ocean floor, which is Michael's favorite place. He loves it down there.
No, we shouldn't go there.
These are some spiky-looking organisms. You know, it's in the dark. You know what I mean? And there might be an octopus crawling. I don't know what's going on down there. It's the ocean. It's dark and bloopy. Bird Ghost says, it took me 3 times reading this post to realize that wild meant living in the wild. It wasn't just a casual remark on the longevity of these organisms, because these sponges on the ocean floor have a maximum longevity of 15,000 years. How freaking crazy is that? But the Wild Green Memes for Ecological Fiends has the original post from Snow Sorater to relax, saying, Antarctic sponges live on a time scale we can barely comprehend. And it just says here, maximum longevity, 15,000 years, in parentheses, wild, as opposed to in your fish tank. But the guy was just like, took me 3 times reading this to mean you weren't just commenting on, wow, 15,000 years.
Yeah.
Shit, dude, that's wild. Anyway, I loved it. Next, we have a post from the best and worst of Twitter 2, making their first appearance in the show with a repost from Nick Robertson, reposting Jared Breeding, who says, Ladies, who's got terrible taste in men? And Meg Cayley says, the United States government. Jared says, I'm fucking dead. And finally, closing out my wholesome round with a post from the former Champaign mayor, Don Gerard, to the tune of Reasons to be Cheerful. We have a post from Francis Foster, at Francis J. Foster, who says, Language evolves over time. When I was a kid, we used to use words like wanker and dickhead, but now we use words like social media influencer. That has been my ostensibly wholesome round 1, taken off for round 2. Back to you, Michael.
All right, here we go. Kicking off round 2, the ostensibly second round. This one kicking it off with Robin Kellenchin 42. Has a picture of like a ton of fucking books. And it says, and that's it. I finished every Horace Heresy book. This took me 7 months. And May Greenfield replies and says, are they good? And the original poster says, no.
Oh, oh, that's
Like,
good.
I don't think I would have lasted the whole 7 months personally, but
Fuck no.
moving on, JM Playground has a great has a great fucking meme. Thank you. I want to special shout out to Brain Damage. Appreciate all the WWE memes. You know, that's a special place in my heart. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't understand the actual fighting that you follow, like UFC and boxing. I don't know any of those people. But as soon as you're like Roman Reigns, I'm like, like every fucking time.
Nice.
So this girl's crying and she says, "Why don't you ever give up?" And the Chad meme guy says, "Because he never did." And then there's a picture of the never seen 17-time world champion John Cena holding up the Intercontinental Championship, which he finally got. It was the only title he didn't have. He's now a Grand Slam champion. So that's why we don't give up. Du, 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 du. And friend of the show, The Onion, Eric's former employer, The Onion, we
Oh
have a
yeah.
picture of a dad with his arm around his son sitting next to a tree. And the headline reads, Father teaches son how to fly into rage over completely inconsequential bullshit.
It is taught. It is taught. You
It's
have to.
really, really important father-son moment here. Yeah. Definitely not a Cody at It's Cody season. Says, Bob's Burgers bravely asked the question, what if an entire family was autistic?
Nice.
Here we have a picture of a guy getting a ticket, cop standing outside the car. The cop says, your car smells like marijuana. Me. Whoever smelt it dealt it. Gosh dang it. Me. You're under arrest. Uno reverse card there. Bethany Black, friend of the show, Bethany Black, has a picture of some kind of like cream or medicine or something. And it says, I'm begging, dude. Please don't take my man. And then you look at the name of the medicine, it's Broline.
Rolene. That's horrible.
Because it's like the song.
Yeah.
Here we have a picture of what's this guy's name? He's from that show that rips off the British show.
Oh, Steve Carell
Steve Carell.
and
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
And Morgan Freeman as God. Yeah.
Yeah. And Steve's like Noah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like Noah. Like ripping off Noah this time instead of Ricky Gervais. And it says me. I sit on the toilet backwards when I poop so I can lay my head down. And God replies, once again, really weird, but not a sin. I got 2 more memes for round 2, the ostensibly second round. Excuse me.
Yeah, more cats on camera.
We see Mentos semi truck has crashed into a Coca-Cola truck. Yeah, you heard that. A Mentos, the fresh maker semi, has crashed into a Coca-Cola truck. And it says, I don't think you realize how close we came to a world-ending event. Because if the Mentos had got in the Coca-Cola, that many of them, it's over. Uh-oh, I fucked everything up. Here we go. Last meme for round 2, the ostensibly second round, is from Natalie, friend of the show, Natalie. She says, every day I wait for an email that says, you're in big trouble and everybody's mad at you. I don't know why that one resonates too well for too many of us. That's all I have for round 2, kicking it back to Brain Damage.
I have no idea what that means, but we're just gonna keep going.
Means a lot of us have anxiety.
Oh, the CIA says anxiety is a superpower, so I'm Spider-Man, bitches. All right, Gen X only, and somebody named Jessica Gundale has a picture of Jack Nicholson and Pennywise the Clown, and they're just chilling like on the ground. And says, I want a girl with a short skirt and a long jacket. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. All right. I like playing karaoke on here when I can. Somebody named Q Band Guy, I guess, has the picture of the It movie cover, and it is Britney Spears photoshopped in where behind the part where the It is tearing off the part of the cover, and it is labeled, oops, I did it again. Oh, and you'll realize this one quickly becomes a theme because Q-Band guy has Gimme Gimme More, and it's Britney Spears again, but this time she has on a black jacket and she's looking mad, and it says, "It's Britney, bitch." Arkin Memes has Michael Jackson times David Bowie, and it has Michael Jackson's face,
Whoa.
push it on David Bowie's. It looks weird with that red hair.
That's
It
very
makes it look,
creepy.
yeah, it makes it look like a fucked up AI Chucky doll, but it is labeled David Bowie.
Oh God.
Star Wars meme extravaganza says happy 64th birthday to Meg Ryan, and it is a picture of Darth Maul hugging Meg Ryan on the cover of the You Got Mail movie poster, and it says "You Got Maul."
Mhm. Nice.
And then we have Blamuel L. Jackson. It has the picture of the D's Nuts guy over probably Frank Sinatra's face or something. I don't know who the fuck this is, but it says D's Nuts roasting on an open fire. Whose was it? Oh, it says right there, Christmas with Nuts King Cole. I should have just read the fucking name. And then we're with the Boys Compound V posting, and it is the picture of the It movie cover, but it is Butcher's face, Billy Butcher, photoshopped in on the It's face, on Pennywise's actual face. And it's called Cunt the Movie.
Mm.
I know you don't like the boys, Eric. Beats and Rhymes Lounge has a picture of what looks like a cobra background and a action figure, but it is Eddie Murphy as an action figure with his famous raw red leather suit, and it says Fairy D Workaholic. I don't know if that's some kind of, because it's and then it says G.I. Joe Customs, but it is Eddie Murphy Delirious, and it says Tell Lillian I want one of these. And to this day, whenever one of my kids say something about rules, I go, "Rules, Lillian," and they always look up at me and say, "Mr. Damage, my name's not Lillian." All right. Blamuel L. Jackson has a picture of the Stephen King, the It cover, but behind the part where the Pennywise is tearing open the paper, it is Shaggy. And this one's labeled Shaggy. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Oh.
And in the shower, it wasn't me.
God.
And this one's the last one for my round 2, and it is the Moody Bastard. Sorry, not sorry. And it's the It poster, but behind it, it is Stephen King without his shirt, and it is labeled Stephen King's tit.
Oh God.
Handing it off to you, Eric.
Somehow that was the most disturbing and frightening of all.
Yes. That's kind of the purpose of me ending it like that. Remember how Tina used to be like, "Fuck you, Brane, you're not supposed to pass it to me here." Yeah, well, he's not here, so that's what I do to you now.
I'm sitting here wondering if, like, Stephen King didn't, like, really overlook a lot of potential for super frightening nipples. I don't know. I'm gonna think about that a bit. All right, doing the ostensibly second round, allegedly and indubitably. This headline just kills me. Reuters said President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency has been disbanded with 8 months remaining in its mandate. And now this cost-cutting buddy does not exist. And Aaron Everhart says they ran out of ketamine early. I follow some people that follow a lot of MAGA chuds, and this one is Spaniard, Texas. Spaniard, Texas is a girl, apparently. I don't know. She says, for those fleeing New York City and other blue cities and states, just so you know, Florida is full. Georgia is full. South Carolina is full. A whole bunch of places are full. Mississippi is full. Kentucky is full. Blah, blah, blah. Idaho is full. And Timothy Lee Peterson says, of measles. Don't know if you heard in other good news that I forgot to do in the headlines of the news. The federal judge dismissed indictments against Letitia James and James Comey because apparently the appointed attorney, Lindsay Halligan, was just incompetent. Who would have thought that an incompetent regime would post someone that incompetent? Leading to a whole flurry of imagery like this, apparently inside the White House with walls smeared with ketchup. just massive amounts of ketchup. Conservative clown says cases against James Comey and Letitia James dismissed by federal judge. White House now preparing for intense ketchup splatters. Best and worst of Twitter 2 making their second appearance in the show with a post from Alexandra Vialexis. Says, that's it. Andrew Tate's philosophy in a nutshell. And if you have not followed the douche canoe that is Andrew Tate, oh, God. Lucky you. Lucky you. Anyway, this sex trafficker who bought some kind of pardon from DJT and got his freedom over to the United States, which just makes me I feel like I'm about to puke in the back of my throat. Andrew says, let me make this loud and clear. If you're a straight man with a girlfriend in 2025, you're gay.
Imagine the masculinity so fragile
it's like the
that even having a girlfriend makes you feel gay.
Do you remember like when I think in Seinfeld they told George to just do the opposite of everything that he would do, but like have you ever like I think sometimes if you just get too opposite-y and Uno reverse cardy, you just stop making any sense at all.
It's even without the girlfriend part, it's so confusing. If you're a straight man, you're gay. Like if you're a straight man with a girlfriend, like by definition, you're a straight man.
See,
I hate him.
I know, and part of me is just like, did he do this in response to finding out that DJT blew Bubba? Like, yeah, real MAGA people go down. I don't know. I have
yeah.
Brad Alit here over on X says, on Twitter. I mean, sorry. I call it by its dead name because its dad does too. Says most Americans reject impeachment as too lenient. They demand that the president and his entire administration be charged with treason and crimes against humanity. No deals, no mercy, full prosecution now. I'm sorry. This isn't funny at all. This is in the edit. I'm going to just put in the ad for the pink guillotine. Solve your billionaire problem with this one weird trick. Choppy. Friend of the show, Ibsen Moy, posting over in Best and Worst of Twitter 2, has this post of Speaker of the House Johnson with a blonde woman next to him. And this is from from today. Apparently this is from today. And Eric Michael Garcia says, deeply unsettled by this older photo of Mike Johnson with a beard. And Edinger Mentum says, and the facial hair too. I love this joke. I don't care how old it is. Oh, hey, some other... I don't know if this is good news or not, but did you see that U.S. troops accidentally stormed a Mexican beach, planted Department of Defense restricted area signs all over, triggered an armed standoff with the Mexican army, and then went, oh, you know what? We don't actually know where the border is. It had to... yeah, you know what I mean? You know, we spend like $1 trillion a year on defense GPS satellites and tracking and stuff, and just sort of wandered onto the wrong beach and pointed our guns at our allies on their territory. You know. Cool. Here was one that gave me a little bit of hope. Friend of the show and kind of a weird grand uncle up there in Canada. North Canada, actually. He says, Article 2, Section 4, if the president is impeached for treason, the vice president and all civil officers shall be removed. And I was like, oh, well, that's fun. And friend of the show, JD Grieving, says, well, now we're talking. And I was like, handy mnemonic for Article 2, Section 4. 1 piggy, 2 piggies, 3 piggies, 4. We could get them all with Article 2, Section 4. Now you'll remember, and you can scrawl that on a bathroom wall. I just want to show you this picture of the socialist, communist, jihadist, terrorist, Islamist, and every other word in the book that both Donnie and Fox News called Mayor-elect Mamdani. I want you to see him here. Just this is the definition of Riz. One day when Riz goes in the dictionary, this will be the picture of Riz right here. The man has it. And we see here the president just goony-goo-goo-eyed at him. And I saw many, many posts that were just like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, you get your guys a fella that looks at you the way the president looks at Mayor-elect Mamdani. Because that's something else right there. That's just giddy with this. Andy Stewart has captioned the photo. This means that Eric and Don Jr. are going to be in therapy for years. Why didn't Daddy love me like he loved the socialists? They were gearing up for such a showdown, and it turned into a love fest, which is just, I'm telling you, man, Mamdani is magic, and I love it. Here's another picture of the two of them. And this is when a reporter said to him, are you affirming that you think that Trump is a fascist? And Trump said, that's okay. You can just say yes, and patted his arm. And Zorhan's like, okay, yes. Because he did. He's just like, yeah, I called you a fascist. Yeah, I called you a fascist. And by the way, too, for those of you who don't know how tops and bottoms work, this is it. This is just, you can call me bad names.
Trump is looking more and more like the bad guy from I should have thought about this before I started talking. Sorry. The Christmas movie, man. It's a Wonderful Life. You remember the bad guy?
Oh yeah.
Like who's always behind the desk. I can't think of his name now, but
Yeah.
he just looks more and more like the evil capitalist behind the desk.
Dude,
Especially with Mamdani next to him.
And now that he's redecorated the whole office, that's so gaudy.
Mr. Potter. Sorry. Mr. Potter.
So much gold and gaudiness, even Liberace would be embarrassed. And I don't remember where I was going with that. Potter! That's right. Anyway, so that was pretty
many pictures of him. Ugh.
Yeah. But dudes, look at this. The next day, he dresses like him. All right? The other 98% has this photo. He is wearing a black long coat and a red turtleneck. Mamdani is wearing a black suit jacket, and a red turtleneck. That's how much Riz Mamdani has. He changed the president's shitty fashion. Sam says, Merca! Yeah, we are amazing. Carnage for Life captions this. Imagine having so much Riz that you meet someone once and change their entire dress code. That's just, wow. Try to pray that gay away. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Can anyone help me out with this actor or character's name? I know he's from either Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
And he's a gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah. His name was Gus Fring, and I think his name is Giancarlo something.
We'll go with that. Giancarlo. This is a gangster.
Gianfranco. Diane knows it.
Anyway, he's tightening his tie, and he's looking at you very seriously. He says, you hate Zorhan because you think he's a communist jihadist. I hate Zorhan because he is neither a communist nor a jihadist. We are not the same. Got two more here. What I really loved about this was it triggered the MAGA crowd. They can't process this. Okay, even this flip-flopping was so fast for them and so hard it hurt their necks. And Laura Loomer, who is probably one of the nuttiest, and I know that is saying a lot in this clown show of a cabinet, an influencer on the outside. She says, why did Zelensky receive a harsher welcome at the White House than Mamdani? Interesting. If socialists are doing a good job, then I guess nobody needs to vote them out during the midterms. If you're a Republican, why not just stay home in 2026 and 2028 since Mamdani's policies are amazing? I'm confused. No need to oppose the left, I guess. I guess socialism is comfortable now. No need to vote for the GOP in 2026 is the message I'm getting from that. And I was like, oh my God. Wow. Stopped clocks twice a day. And I'm just like, I hope some Democrat out there is stealing all of this because this is great. There's no need to vote for the GOP in 2026 because communism will save you. And I do want to do this. I know we've covered this before, but Laura Loomer has unfortunately, as a probably once beautiful young lady, succumbed to Mar-a-Lago face, which happens to a lot of women in the presence of the president. So just to close out here with a shot of her in profile.
Whoa. Whoa.
I mean, this is Jigsaw.
Ooh, what's up with that chin?
This is Jigsaw. This is Jigsaw in profile here. And it is captioned, Laura Loomer's face is melting. And I don't
Into
know.
Jay Leno's.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's entirely the reason, but I think in part it's because she saw that her boyfriend and man crush was crushing so hard on Mamdani. So that has wrapped up my segment number 2. I'm just as disturbed as you all now.
All right, here we go. We're kicking off round 3, the penultimate round,
Indeed.
everybody.
Nice.
For our listeners, this is the penultimate round. It's also the second to last. The hype friend of the show, the hype at the hype.bluesky.social says mechanic sliding out from under Optimus Prime. Yeah, I think I see what the issue is. This truck is also a big guy somehow.
So silly.
Cursed post. Oh man, this one hurt my heart so much. He says, my tattoo money keeps going towards adult obligations, and I don't like that. Fuck. Here we have a text conversation between 2 unnamed people. The first, the guy says, sorry, I sneezed and liked all your pictures. She replies, and commented, damn, mommy, on all of them? And he says, I have the flu. Oh.
Sometimes.
Friend of the show got your jokes. Eric, why don't you just read this one for us?
Well, that's interesting. It is captioned, will you wear these for me? These seem to be panties that go on your feet. They're called feet underwear. Feet underwear. And apparently it's coming from the Twitter account, images that might be cursed. And the respondent says, delete my number.
I don't know what's wrong with your algorithm, Eric. Moving on. Chad Vivo says, oh, I kind of wanted you to read this one too. Sorry, Eric, read this one too.
Sad Vevo at Filet Grossiere says, literacy is a prison. Once you learn to read, you can't stop doing it. If you see words, you're going to read them. I hate that. Oppressive.
It's a weird take for a librarian.
I have to turn off subtitles when I'm watching comedy. It messes it all up.
Yeah, it does. Because they rush the punchline.
And I can't compulsively.
There's no inflection, everything. Yeah, I completely agree. Doctor, these pills will fix your brain. Me, thanks. Doctor, quietly. They might also make it much worse. Me, what? Doctor, what? This is like, for those of us, me and our listeners, who have been on psychotropic meds, every psychotropic med I've ever been given, they're like, hey, take this one before bed. It's going to keep you from having nightmares. And I'm like, okay. They're like, look through the side effects. And I look through the side effects, and one of the side effects is vivid, horrific nightmares. I'm like, well, what the fuck? How does it sometimes give me the thing that it's supposed to take away? Moving on.
Dude, that's like Adderall putting ADD people to sleep. And Ritalin,
it's not like that. That's okay. Moving on. Corbin at my strong wife, friend of the show. Corbin has a picture of Paulie, and he's doing his like very famous point where he points with his pointer finger and his pinky, and he's chewing somebody out, and he says, "It's called broad daylight because women light up the world." I got 2 more for round 3. Next up, Katie, friend of the show. Katie at Dummy Kate. She says, why does stealing from Target low-key feel illegal?
Low-key. Love them.
It feels kind of wrong. And my last reel for round 3, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most,
Mm.
comes to us from Margaret Carey. She says,
Fetch.
LMAO, living by the sword is so dope. I hope this lifestyle doesn't have any consequences for me later on. And that's all I have for round 3, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. Back to Brane.
All right. Which one oh no. All right, let's hope this is the right one. I'm pretty sure it is. Then we're gonna go total 80s room.
Ooh.
And it has a picture of, I don't remember this guy's real name as an actor, but he's the guy who played John
Oh my God!
Connor in Terminator.
Yeah, Terminator 2.
And he is looking all rough and old and chubby, and his eyes are all
His
dark.
shirt's inside out.
Yep, it sure is, and it is a Coca-Cola shirt. So throwback to your how close we were to the end of the world, because it says it's John Connor watching you make friends with AI after all he did for us.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Guess we're closer to that end of the world than we thought. This one's scary clip, and it has a guy that paints himself up like a deer, and he has horns and prosthetics. And it says South Carolina man who self-identifies as a deer accidentally shot by hunters. Fuck around, find out.
God.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. All right. We're gonna go with banned but still posting, and it has one of those how do you say, like traffic billboards with the
Marquee.
with the lights.
It's like a traffic
Like
marquee.
it's a digital
Yeah,
sign.
remember the old light brights and shit you used to have to put the little pegs in? Yeah, so this one says school zone M through F. And it has the meme of the two girls crying and one's pointing at the other. And she says, school zone Monday through Friday. And she is pointing at Samuel L. Jackson. And he's just looking at her like, school zone, motherfucker. She watched anime, catch her. Somebody named Dominic Woodbury retweeted somebody named No Nexie Stint. And it is Gus Fring again, Giancarlo. I almost said Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a baseball player. We're just gonna call him Gus Fring, and he is looking very smug. And it says, "Watching Hulk throw your car at the villain and miss."
Esposito.
Yeah, there you go, Giancarlo Esposito. That dude is a fucking amazing actor.
Yes.
This one is Samuel L. Jackson. And it is it's Trump, but he's painted blue. I don't know if all three are him. I don't know who this other guy is.
That's
They're all three him.
Yeah.
It's labeled the Blue Man Group, but blue is spelled BLEW.
That was a strange twist.
Yeah.
Here we have conceded follow. I didn't. And it has a picture of Darth Vader with like 5 mini Darth Vaders. But Darth Vader has his helmet off, and it is Nick Cannon. It says, I am your father, and your father, and your father, and your father, and your father.
He has a ton of kids.
He had a red lightsaber, too. We're just going to pretend that's the color that he uses as condoms. What condoms? Anyways, Andrea Dillon has a picture, an old picture of look like maybe golfing. It's Trump and Bill Clinton, and they're smiling, and it says, make America hot tour again. This one hood memes, and it says ATMs be having $4 withdrawal fees talking about cover your pin. Motherfucker, you the thief.
No shit.
Man, I got to double up on this one because photo edits by Sean underneath had Hulk Hogan imposed on the dude, and it says, yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, brother. And it kind of goes together. Because that's what the bankers be telling us. Fuck them. Game of Thrones memes has a 3-panel of the scene where we finally find out that Ned Stark's sister actually had his nephew Jon Snow, not his bastard son. And so it's the 3-panel. It shows Ned talking to his sister, and she says, promise me, Ned. And then we see Jon Snow's little face, actual Rhaegar Targaryen. And then the 3rd panel, she says, he must know nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. All right. Premium Confessions just says, how many zombies would rob if Rob Zombie could rob zombies?
Hey.
Right. Bay Area memes in San Francisco Bay Area, and somebody named Hellevator at Hella Tall 510 says, so Trump is doing $2,000 stimulus check next summer. By this time, the Epstein files will tie him directly to pedophilia. Like, Trump is really about to drop 2,000 sorry for diddling kid dollars right into the economy. So what are you going to spend your Trump diddle dollars on?
Diddle dollars.
And then we have Q Bang Guy, and it has Freak Off Friday, and it is Puff Daddy and Kanye West. And the Freaky Friday poster.
God.
Blamuel L. Jackson has Finding Nemo poster, but it's Trump's face on there, and it says Finding Pedo.
Oh!
And this was the last one for me, Blamuel L. Jackson, back to back. And it's Trump in the Epstein files, and it is the picture of the Ted movie cover, but Trump is photoshopped over Mark Wahlberg, and we see Epstein is photoshopped over the teddy bear Ted, but it is labeled Ped. And that's going to do it for me, leaving my post of the most. Handing it off to you, Eric.
All right, doing the penultimate round. Burn through this one pretty good. Facebook for the Blind for November 25, 2025. That almost rhymes. That seems like an auspicious number. Here, Best and Worst of Twitter 2, making another appearance in the show with a post from Scott Tedford Barnes, who has reposted Civic Explorer. It says, fun fact, Texas is bigger than France. And we see a nice big blue Texas superimposed over the country of France and the island of Sardinia. And Rocketdyne 1965 says, well, France's electric grid works in the winter.
That is funny, but fuck France, though.
Yeah, but fuck Texas more.
No.
I don't know,
Texas, no, man. It's still not fucking France. At least they don't speak French there.
Dude, they speak Texan and they're pricks about it. Nah, man.
Yeah, I lived there for a long time. It sucks, but trust me, it's better than fucking France.
I don't know. See, in my personal experience, they are running neck and neck.
I don't think you properly devalue Euro trash the way I do.
Okay, well, maybe you don't know as many Texans as I do.
I lived in Texas, you dumb shit.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. I'm friendlier than you.
That is infinitely true, by the way. That is infinitely true. For our listeners, Eric is in fact much friendlier than me.
Baked a lot of cookies in Texas. You don't even know.
Eric came to visit me in Minneapolis. We go to a comedy club. He's talking to like 6 people from the scene up here where I live. And I'm like, Eric, shut up. Don't talk to them. Let's go. I like need to meet those people. And I'm like, no, fuck you. Fuck you. We're leaving.
Moving on. Here we have a picture of a smiling guy. And it says, National Pickle Day, falling on the same day the world finds out that Trump sucks dick. Big smile. Caption, very nice. Very nice.
How has no reporter asked him who was Bubba? It's worth your career. You know what I mean? Like, it's worth it to go like, if it wasn't Bill Clinton, who was Bubba? Yeah, that's the question.
Did he know Ghislaine Maxwell's horse, Bubba? We'll also take that question. Might not even risk your career. Did you know her horse? He also apparently spent time at Mar-a-Lago. Moving on. The Onion, my former employer, has a picture of a nurse. We love them. Taking care of a patient, sometimes. And it says, White House reclassifies nursing as a hobby.
Yeah. What the fuck was that about?
Dude, MAGA holidays with my family are going to be really fun with my MAGA nurse relatives. Hey,
yeah, so supposedly us educators are getting unclassified as professionals as well. So that's going to be fun.
You know who's retained their professional credentials? Theologists.
Hell yeah.
I'm too stupid to understand what the fuck that means, Eric.
I have one of those degrees.
Oh, dude, screw you.
It's professional degree.
Dude, I work with radiologists and dental hygienists, and they have like real sources. Like they have evidence-based knowledge. Okay, moving on. Here we have the picture of the president doing the traditional turkey pardoning, and I Love Hoes, don't we all, has reposted it. This quote, that feeling when you realize that Trump respects turkeys more than women. And he's saying, am I allowed to touch it?
Jesus.
I know. It's funny. It's funny.
Turkeys have the best goblets.
Are you making a giblets joke? Oh, my God. All right, moving on. About halfway through the tertiary round.
I bring the best stuffing.
It's true. Oh, my God. Okay, no, not touching it. Over in my yelling group where I debate and yell with people, I decided to stir things up with this post from U.S. Democratic Socialists. Says the case against Comey and James went down faster than Lauren Boebert at a Beetlejuice show.
Oh.
Which, by the way, is the one thing we like about her.
It's true.
For our listeners, we do not hold that against her.
Yeah. The vaping in the presence of a child, a little bit.
Yeah, you shouldn't vape. You shouldn't vape indoors. That's not cool.
No, going down in a theater, I mean, that's the Alanis Morissette rule. I think we already renamed that. My friend AOL said of that going down at a Beetlejuice show, LOL, nothing came of that either.
Hey.
Hey!
Hi-yo!
Oh! Wild Green Memes for Ecological Fiends, second appearance in the show with a post from Curtis Sarkin. He's reposted friend of the show, Jonathan Edward Durham, blue check mark says, over a picture of a bunch of cranberries in a bog. It says, look, not everybody needs to be a strawberry, okay? There's room for cranberries in this world, too. You can be weird and sour and only tolerated by a handful of people around the holidays. I know you can. You can be fun if you're mixed with enough vodka. I believe in you. You can live in a bog. It's whatever at this point.
Yeah.
And me and about 627 other people were like, I'm vibing with this.
Yeah.
We are all cranberries. Friend of the show and founding Zaddy, George Hussein,
No, sir.
has reposted this photograph. And I'm just going to go straight to the photo. This is a beer jacket. It's a transparent, puffy jacket with a straw, and it is clearly full, mostly full of beer. He seems to.
That's so much beer.
So much beer.
Yeah, it's gonna be so flat by the time he gets to the end of it.
I mean, who knows, man? Maybe the Tissing Tao beer company figured out a way to pressurize that. Maybe it's got carbon dioxide. I don't know.
And it's going to be warm too.
Not if it's cold enough out in China. I don't know.
Yeah, but imagine the mess it's gonna make when somebody stabs him as they rob him.
That's true. That's true.
Pretty high bar for a jacket, though.
Sure. And Siege says, no amount of state propaganda will ever convince me this man is my enemy.
This guy looks like he was fucking raised in the Midwest. He's as Wisconsin as the day is long.
I know. I was thinking Indiana tailgate. That looks like perfectly. If I ran into this guy at the 500, I wouldn't bat an eye. Blend right in.
Wherever he's from, it is definitely the Wisconsin of China.
George says China is outpacing our drinking technology because of our lack of universal health care. He says liver failure should not be a death sentence. He says our substandard food supply, less nutrients mean less drinks you can put back. He says our less efficient rail and public transit, which would allow easier access to bars and liquor stores, and strict DUI laws, punishing our best and brightest. Wake up, America.
Our best and brightest.
Hey, smart enough to get a license and go to the pub and get drunk. So, I mean, I see where George Hussein Cruikshank is coming from. Union City over at Blue Sky, and if you're not following things on Blue Sky, you are missing out. Union City says, I, for one, welcome our Chinese overlords. Woo! Beer jackets. And finally, Jack Califano at Jack Califano says, Bernie's plan for free public college would be paid for in full with a 4.7% tax on literally just Jeff Bezos. And Love in a Time of Atheism at _unredeemed replies, yeah, but when you tax billionaires, it's like you're taxing my feelings about becoming a billionaire someday, so this would not be okay. And that has been everything but my post with the most. Wrapping up the tertiary round and going back to you, Michael. What do you got?
All right, here we go. My post with the most this week comes from Matt Trowbridge, friend of the show, Matt Trowbridge, who says girls are afraid of spiders but will cut off an 18-wheeler.
Dang. True.
What do you got this week, Brane?
All right, my post of the most is a happy birthday to my tag team partner. My wife Diane was birthday Saturday, and I actually got 49 likes on this fucking post, and she was like, nah, don't do that. You got to be crazy if you don't think I'm going to get 49 fucking likes and represent the 49ers and her at the same time. And then making a second appearance on my show, my sister from another mister also wished her a happy birthday and then even shout it out. Thank you for always being a great woman to my brother and being a great mother. So that was fucking awesome to see. And just to let you know, I'm not going to end it on non-funnies because I posted on 2013 that I know how much she loves this play on her birthday on November 22nd, 2012. Never forget. Mark Sanchez of the New York Jets ran into his own offensive lineman's asshole and fumbled the ball, forever being known as the butt fumble. It's my post with the most. Handing it off to you, Eric.
Happy birthday, Diane.
Yeah, happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. Diane, I've tried to wish you a happy birthday a number of times because you know what? I really, really hope you have a good one.
Nice.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Glad you guys are here. And I got to tell you, this one, I want to do this to just put it in your face. My post with the most with 125,000 views.
Nice.
In your face. Splaying all over and earning me the massive quantity of $2.80. Is this post from Kurjin at Not Quite Gonzo. Says, this is blowing my fucking mind. This is per year, all caps. And it's an infographic that says, how much would you pay under Bernie Sanders' healthcare plan? And pretty much, let me just say, if you're under $50K, your annual out-of-pocket would be $840. Actually, not even out-of-pocket. Your taxes would be $840. Would go to all your healthcare. No more premiums, no deductibles, no co-payments, no more out-of-pocket, no more medical bills, dental and vision included. Hashtag Medicare for all. And yeah, this got shared 338 times. I had 1,300 likes and hearts and all kinds of things, 49 comments, and a nice big back and forth. And guys, that gives me hope.
Nice. And 49 comments. I don't think I didn't notice.
It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. That's a new record there, guys.
Did we do it?
We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gone above and beyond our constitutional obligations to fulfill, and we have now completed an entire thing of what we'd like to call an episode of Facebook for the Blind. To all you people out there in the digital worlds, we love you. Thank you. Mwah.
Love you, George.
Woo! Love you, Beverly. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.